guys? Welcome to the podcast, episode number 13. And today we'll be discussing a Korean trip. We're going to be talking about future vacation trips and sites. And we're going to do snacks at the end. Snack tasting. It's going to be fun. Can't wait.
Okay.
I'm a snacky anyway, so.
If that's your intro.
So today our guests are
Gisselle.
And
Arlene.
Arlene.
Stop.
Every time she talks, I want to squeak.
What?
Sounded very weird.
Squeak. You know squeaker voice?
No.
That's what it means. Oh, you guys don't know the term. Well, the term squeak means high-pitched voicing.
Oh my god.
So when Arlene says, Arlene, so I want to do the same thing. Arlene. All right, baby.
Yes.
How did your interest in Korea start?
My interest in Korea started when I discovered K-pop back in like December of 2017. I remember very specifically. So with slowly learning about K-pop, getting into different K-pop groups and like consuming their content, I started learning more about their culture, like different aspects about how they live in Korea. And then, I got deeper and deeper into K-pop until I wanted to learn Korean myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Arlene, if you would learn one of these like crazy, not crazy, but very difficult in comparison to what we know as English and Spanish, what would you learn? Like a language?
Or like any other language that you're into?
I wanted to take French class.
Oh, damn
Ooh.
French class. I've been talking about it since I was like in 3rd grade.
Oh, don't.
I wanted
Why?
to.
It sucks.
You don't
Why?
even know.
Yes, I do. I took French for a whole year.
What an expert. Ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone watching this has taken French. If they went to high school, they have taken French.
I don't know. All I've heard about learning French is that you have to like speak it like if you were mad. Like
that's how they speak.
The connotation of it. It's like you gotta be upset.
Well, in Japanese, it's kind of like that too. They have like this like deep tone in their voice every time they speak. That's why it sounds cool. In all the animes, when the fight scenes. Oh, the fight scenes.
Okay.
Okay. So
Anyway.
French. I don't know about that one, Ellen. Any other one? I don't like the French one, but okay. Tell us about your affinity with K-pop and how did you make it your hobby?
My affinity with K-pop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the beginning, because I discovered K-pop through BTS before. Like they were, if you didn't know, BTS is like the biggest K-pop boy group in the world. Like they've topped the Beatles, they've topped Michael Jackson. Like they are huge.
So they're just the top boy band, period.
Yeah, but since they're K-pop, they have to be like it has to be in the title because freaking the US is like discriminative. Anyway, so I discovered them right before they like made it really, really big. They were like up and rising, and then
What year?
2017, like early 2018. So saw their first video in like December 2017. By May 2018, I bought their first album because it their first comeback after I started listening to them. So a comeback is basically every time a K-pop group releases a new album.
Okay.
So my first comeback with them was in May of 2018. I bought the album. I loved it. And you kind of go down the rabbit hole really fast because among K-pop fans, the joke is like, when you find a new group, you're like, oh, I just want to know their names and be able to tell them apart. And then you end up learning everything about them and you get really deep down the rabbit hole of like becoming a fan. So in the beginning, I only wanted to listen to BTS, and that was it. Because I knew that if I was going to be a multi-stan, which is a person who listens to multiple groups, I was going to have like no social life, like no free time, like nothing. It's a very big time commitment to be a fan. But then after like a year or two, I started listening to other groups and went down from there. When COVID happened, it's very rare for like K-pop groups to come to America, or it used to be. And then when the world shut down, like none of them came. So then last year when both Korea and the United States were both opening up like their restrictions for COVID, all of the groups came. So I ended up going to as many concerts as I wanted to from all the different groups. I ended up going to 9 K-pop concerts, and 1 Korean music festival, which was over 3 days.
That's an addiction.
No, it's
That's an addiction.
It's
She needs help.
awesome.
What is that hotline again? If you have an addiction.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's like a lot of fun because even the concerts are way different to like American concerts too. So yeah, and then I go by myself, which is the best part. So yeah, yeah. So don't become a K-pop fan if you don't have the money for it because it's very expensive. Yeah, because you want to buy everything that they release.
Is it more expensive than having a girlfriend, or how would you describe it to other
How would
people?
I know? I've never had a girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about like so the average viewer knows how expensive it is.
Okay, so like to put it in perspective
Of
for
the
like
average person.
for like the concerts and stuff, that last year, all of those that I did, I ended up spending over $8,000 in all of it. But that's
what
because
did he say? You want to go to Paris? You want to go to...
No. Okay, so that's not just like concert tickets for K-pop groups are very, very expensive. So but it wasn't just that. Like all other groups only go to the major cities, so I would have to go to LA or like Vegas to go see them. So I'd have to pay for like the rental car, the gas, like where to stay. So it's all encompassed with that. So almost every concert that I did last year was not in Phoenix. I think only 2 of them were. So yeah, so there's that, and then each album goes for like $25. But the way that they release their albums, it's like they have a concept for each comeback. They're like a theme, and they'll release 4 albums of the same album, but each album is a different version of that concept, so it looks different. Like the styling of it is different because the album isn't just a CD; it's like a whole book with like pictures and like a bunch of little things that are within it. Anyway. I buy only one album. Like if the album has 4 versions, I'll get my favorite version. Okay. But there's real like committed fans who will buy all versions of the same album. And then they'll have like there's literally TikTok videos of like the shelves of people that look like rainbows because like it's all the different albums of all the different groups. I'll put some
pictures up somewhere.
Yeah. So like it looks really cool, and it's like really expensive because every comeback 4 albums is like $100. So
Jesus Christ.
And then if they release merch, like concert merch is also very expensive. BTS released like a perfume line in 2019. It was a perfume per member. There's 7 members. I bought 2 of them. In each one.
Jimin.
It was like $80 a perfume because it was like limited edition.
Oh my god!
Like,
and you bought 2.
Hey, you like them? You smell them all the time.
Damn, I guess I like the smell of Jimin.
Oh my god! So yeah, each member had designed like their own perfume. So.
Well, who are your 2 favorite? Jimin and who?
Of BTS, Jimin and Jungkook.
Say it again.
Jungkook.
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 Say it again.
Nope. No, thank you.
Damn! I wanted to see her mess that up.
No, they're the
Jungkook.
They're on the younger side of BTS. Jungkook is the youngest one, and he's a year older than me. He's a 97. Boy groups and girl groups were really big in the early 2000s, like late 90s, and it became from the US. Like it also became big in Korea because Korea does like consume a lot of American content. When that died down here in America, it didn't die down in Korea. It's more you'll see more K-pop groups than like soloists in Korea. Like it's huge. So those first like groups in the 2000s are like the first generation. And then you move to like 2005, 2009, that's second generation, like all the groups that came out within those years. And then
it's very
structured. It's very structured. And then BTS is third generation because they debuted in 2013, which is like the early teens. So like 14, 15, 16, 2016, like those are third generation. But the third generation was there's not like a set structure of like how many years are within a generation. It's more like when all of these new groups start to debut. So like the 4th generation started in 2019, and right now in 2023 we're starting to hear about like 5th generation, which are like the new groups. And like in K-pop, a lot of them train for years and then they debut in K-pop like as a group. And during that training period, like they're under a lot of pressure to like make the cut because like for anything they'll cut you, like for gaining weight, for not learning dancing, for not getting your singing down in your cut.
Man, we need those standards here again, man. I'm tired of all these celebrities being lazy.
That's why they're all so good because they have years of training and like only the best of the best make it. And even then, like while they're training, their companies, their management companies, they'll pay for everything, like their housing, their food and everything. But all of that will basically be paid back to the company once the artist debuts. So when if K-pop groups debut and they're not making a lot of money, each member has a lot of debt because they're like having to pay it back to the company.
It sounds like a scheme.
It's like, it's very structured. It's very like hard. And that's why they debut so young, because they start training so young. The average age to debut now is like 16, 17, 18. Like if you haven't debuted by the time you're 20, you're old. You're old. You're done. And then most groups have what is called the 7-year curse, which is most K-pop contracts are like 7 years long. And a lot of them won't renew. So K-pop groups before, the average life of their group would be 7 years. BTS is up to 10 years right now. So they're like...
They made it.
Yeah, they're dominating. There's very few groups that make it through the 7-year curse.
Not only that, they haven't broken up.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And people are very, very negative on social media. Like, and that's why people end up with depression, mental health problems. And in Korea, mental health is still very stigmatized. So a lot of these artists don't have a lot of support from their companies or like in the media. Like they're just like smile and wave and be happy type of thing. So you don't know that they have a lot of problems until you open up the news and they're like, oh, so and so is not alive anymore, which is what happened to me on this trip. Actually, like the first day that I was there, I woke up to news of one of the artists from one of the groups that I listened to, and he did it the night that I got to Korea.
And something happened and they all just started running and they ran over him.
What the?
Yeah. Stomped him to death. That's
I need
horrible way to
sources.
go.
I need sources for these
Damn.
claims because I would have seen that.
No, we talked about it when I went to your house and
Okay.
I showed you. But you said it wasn't a big K-pop artist.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
there's also like
There's a lot of them that fly under the radar.
there's so many small groups. There's so many different entertainment companies that have groups, but they don't make it very big. And then like there's one group that I listen to that's 2 boys, 2 girls, which is like the only surviving co-ed K-pop group because in Korea, boys and girls don't mix. Like they separate them.
Yeah, you could tell by the birth rates.
So it's not what I meant at all. That's no. But anyway, so my point about bringing them up is they are way more popular in Latin America, like internationally, than they are in Korea. In Korea, nobody knows them.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Plus, what I'm hearing from you, like me and Arlene are very like, we're very like
What?
the managers that they have, the companies that have them.
Like, imagine, you know how you hear about how crazy it was like for the Beatles and things like that back in the 60s? Imagine that, but like on steroids for BTS. Like,
Yeah.
BTS can't go anywhere.
Yeah. You know what? That's when they should like shut down a whole hotel and then just have everyone's phones confiscated and then just party.
It depends also, too, like, I think you mentioned earlier their living situation. Most companies will put all members in a dorm together.
I freaking knew.
And BTS will actually live together for up until like 2021 or early 2022.
hell no.
And each one of them have bought like their own penthouses and things like that. So they all have their own like apartment now.
So I guess we sacrificed for this, all right?
But yeah, so they could have moved out on their own a long time ago, but each one of them wanted to stick together for the group. And they become very close and like a family. And even their families are close to each other because like
I mean, I would assume so. You guys are slaves together, so like
oh my god,
they become my brothers too, brothers in arms.
oh my god, they go through a lot together is what I'm trying to
They also
say.
went to the military, didn't they?
Yes, so Korea technically is still at war with North Korea. South Korea is still at war with North Korea.
Technically.
Yeah, because so they had their war in the 50s and they never signed a treaty saying that the war was over. It's kind of been like a ceasefire since the 50s. So because they're still technically at war, all Korean men are required to serve about 18 months to 2 years in the military. So with BTS, that was one of the things that was looming because they have up until like age 29. From being 18 is when they're eligible to be in the army, and then up to age 28, 29 is like that's the last time that they can like postpone it.
Mm-hmm.
So with BTS, they had postponed it. The oldest member, he was gonna turn 29 or 30 in Korean age. So he was the first one to go off to the military last December. It was turned into a huge thing where like it went up to like the president and Korean government where they were trying to like talk about, do they give BTS an exemption from going to the military?
Not an example. I would just say like a stall. You know what I mean?
So
like stalling it to like their 30s or something, so they can get their career done.
Because BTS has done so much for Korean culture, like they've done so much with like the UN, like advocacy work, like putting Korean culture out there. They were really debating for like 2+ years, like, do we make them go to the military?
They have to.
And BTS got fed up and was like, you know what, we're gonna go anyway, because nobody could agree about what to do. So the first member went off, and then the second one left in April, also when I got to Korea, like the week before. So one by one they'll all go, but I'm assuming that there's always going to be a BTS member or two not in the military, because you can't have them all go away at the same time.
Okay, that's really good that they have a big group. Isn't it like 7 people?
Yeah, BTS has 7. But like in Korea, because it's like I said, it's required of all men. It's like a rite of passage thing.
Mm-hmm.
So people were criticizing BTS about the exemption and things like that, when it wasn't even them. It was the Korean government debating this. And then they took matters into their own hands and you were like, you know what, we're all going to go. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think it was because like those kind of countries are small, are like citizens. They forget that other countries, since they don't have a big military, they have to have bodies there. So kind of like basically they're citizens. Everyone has to be conscripted. Same thing in Europe. A lot of the Baltic states are every single man has to serve 2 to 4 years.
Anyway, so I know I've dropped a lot of information on both of you. So what do you think?
All right. So do you speak it?
Do I speak what?
Korean.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Korean.
Yeah, I speak Korean.
Say
no, don't do no.
I love cheeseburgers.
No. Do not make me do that. I hate when I'm like, oh, I know how to speak some Korean, and people are like, do it, like if it's some party trick.
Do it.
No.
Do it for the fans. Oh my god, I spit. That was pretty far too.
So here's the thing. So my first language is Spanish and then English, obviously. And I'm fluent in both of them. In Korean, I'm like halfway there. I'm not like super fluent in Korean.
You can still say something.
You've heard me speak Korean. I sent you a video
while
I was in Korea.
People do it to us all the time.
What?
Come on.
Oh,
say
like
something in Spanish. It sounds cuter.
You can't put me on the spot.
Everyone.
It'll come naturally. I promise. I'll say something, but it has to come naturally. But yes, I do speak Korean. Because I wanted to learn it so that I can understand what people were saying.
Sure.
And everything that I was like watching and listening to. So I had a bunch of extra credits my senior year of college. So I took a 5-credit intense course my senior year for like a full year. And by the end of it, I tested at an intermediate novice level. Okay.
So by then you're way more than intermediate.
I
heard you speak it. Yeah, I could probably put a clip of you speaking it, but nah, it's more personal. It's more personal.
And then like after I finished in college, I kept it going on my own. I found this Korean like speaking partner through a Korean language app, or like where she would practice her English with me and I would practice my Korean with her. And I did that weekly with her for almost 3 years. And I actually got to meet her when I went to Korea.
Oh, yeah. You told me about it.
I got to meet her. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I saw the video of you guys. So you have a vlog, right? It's already out?
I have vlogs already.
So which episode is that? The one with
my Korean friend and her family is the first one, the first vlog.
First episode, guys. I'm gonna have it in the description so you guys can watch after this. It's a really cool trip. I really like it. I love the outdoors when you guys went there, the nightlife. And I can show Arlene too, because I was gonna show Arlene after this.
Yeah, I have 2 vlogs out currently. By the time this comes out, I'll probably have all of them out, because I'm doing 3 vlogs total and 1 special mini vlog about when we went to the DMZ zone.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I haven't even seen that yet.
No, you have not.
Yeah, then we're both in the dark. All right. I don't get special privileges.
No.
Yep. That's just how it is, sexism. Alive today. Just because I'm a man.
What?
Moving
All
on.
right. Do you think you're a Korean expert?
I think I know.
After all of that.
I mean,
You gonna work for their embassy?
you know, I looked for film jobs that had a Korean aspect to it where I would work from Korea. One of the jobs that I found while I was like straight out of college was like doing Korean to English subtitles in movies. I was like, oh, if only I was more fluent, I
Can
could
you do my
this.
channel
No.
English to Korean?
But so I think I know way more about Korea than people do, than
Yeah,
the
I
normal
mean-
person.
You know more about Korea than you do about Mexico.
True.
Facts.
That is true. Yeah, just because like I lived in Mexico,
Why'd you
but
do that?
Because I was right.
Okay.
okay, because you know like about me,
Mhm.
that's why you would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, it's dangerous to make assumptions.
You make
So-
them all the time. What do you
Exactly. It's
mean?
dangerous. I live on the dangerous side. That's why.
He makes them all the dang time, and then I
You
gotta
know?
reel him back in and be like, "So
Mhm.
listen."
But I was right. I was right.
Mm.
All right. Oh yeah. How long were you there, babe? At your Korean trip? And did you go by yourself?
No, I did not go by myself. I was there for like 13 days total, like because of the time difference. So I was gone for like 2 weeks in April, which this one hated.
It was easy. Pretty smooth.
No, okay, I have videos, I have texts, I have receipts of like
Oh,
how you
she
were
gonna
doing.
pull them out.
Yeah, so don't say that you were okay because you were not. Anyway, I was there for 2 weeks and I went with my best friend from college. Her and I planned or got the tickets originally in like May of 2021. And then we had to cancel because of like COVID restrictions. And then it was just really hard to buy tickets again because of the airline that we had done it with.
Mhm.
And then we were finally able to. We finally worked out the issues with the airline. It was like January of 2023, and my friend was like, "I found something for April, close to like what we had already paid. Like, let's go." And I was like, "Yeah."
Okay.
Yeah. So I had that planned for a while, and it was really cool because my best friend has a lot of travel experience, just because she lived a very different, privileged life compared to me. So
It's a strong word.
she says it herself. That's why I can say that. Like her dad lives in Singapore, and she's lived in Singapore when she was a kid.
That place is what you call. How do you say trash in Spanish? I mean, in Korean. My bad. In Korean.
Trash?
Yeah.
Saregi.
That place is Saregi.
I said it wrong, but sure.
Yeah. Like if you think South Mountain is bad, 27th Avenue Northern is bad, Singapore's worse. Bali is worse.
Okay. Well,
It's pretty close to each other, actually.
the point was
Yeah.
she's had a lot of international travel experience. Like her and her family travel like to multiple places a year, and I had all the Korean experience and the culture experience. So she was like very happy that I was with her
You guys were a
to
super team.
communicate. Yeah, and
Wait.
then
We're not a super team.
no, we're not. And the other thing too is like we can be very similar in the way that we plan and organize things, like very type A. So she knew that she would tell me all the time that she knew I was a person that she would want to travel with, which she doesn't do with a lot of people, because she knew that if there was something to fix or if something went wrong, like I was going to be on the same level as her. Like she wouldn't have to carry me along the process. And I'm like, nope, I can do things myself. I'll fix it.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I always gonna trust myself. I never really gone taking people or even had their opinion on it. Arlene, who would you take to a trip like that where you go by yourself, like on France or something like that?
Does she even want to go to France?
I mean, if you want to learn French, of course you want to go to France.
I don't know. I want to take someone like who would know, like
About it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
so like I don't know.
Ooh.
I can tell you
know.
that-
Ain't nobody knows.
So I can tell you that if you're gonna travel with someone, make sure that you are very patient, because like with me and my best friend, like we've known each other for years, but we were stuck with each other for 2 weeks. Like it was the longest.
Too bad.
No, it was the longest we had been with each other since college. And even then in college, we would see each other in class for like an hour or two. Like we never lived with each other. So in the hostel that we rented, because we didn't get a hotel or anything like that, we got a hostel, which is where most travelers stay. It was literally, the room was smaller than this room.
Mhm.
It was like half of this room.
Ooh.
And all we had in there was like a little stool, 2 bunk beds, and a mirror. That's what we had. So this was this tiny little room where we had to like put our stuff and like who's getting top bunk, who's getting bottom bunk, and then in the entire hostel,
Bottom.
stop it. In the entire hostel, there was one bathroom for the entire house. So we
Oh
had
yeah,
to,
the other people.
yeah, so we had to like time, like if we wanted to go to the bathroom really badly and somebody from a different room was in the shower, too damn bad.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Let me use your bathroom.
you have to be very patient with like learning the other person's quirks and things like that.
Mhm.
If they have health issues, like my best friend did, like you're gonna be hearing or like witnessing things that you wouldn't have in like
Oh man.
yeah. So it's
Man.
like snoring, things like that. So if you're gonna go with someone,
What do you let me for? We have never even slept in the same room in your entire life.
all
How
I'm
would
saying
you know I
Only
is,
because
snore?
mostly guys snore.
oh,
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
snore that much. I only snore if I'm like
Tired.
not like dead tired. It's rare,
Mhm.
but if I'm dead tired, I snore. I drool. I
Mhm.
drool sometimes. That's the best sleep. When you wake up
when
and
you
you're drooling.
drool, yeah.
Or
You're
when
another-
you
you're
have like
another level.
marks on your face with
Oh,
like
from the pillow. Like,
Like, how were you sleeping, man? Like, what were you doing to the pillow?
well, I don't sleep like that. Chill.
I don't
I'm
know what you do.
26. I don't do that no
I don't
more.
know what you do. Next question.
no more. No more.
Next question. What did you guys do while you were there? Like, what would you say the highlights were in Korea?
So much, everything.
Keep
No.
it
We did. I feel like we did everything that we wanted to do. We planned a lot of stuff. Our number one for both of us, I think, is when we got to dress in a hanbok, which is a traditional Korean dress.
What'd you say?
Hanbok.
Oh, hanbok.
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 Yes, there you go. Gold star. So there's a lot of like the traditional palaces still in the city. Korea is like very mixed of like old and new.
Ooh.
So if you rent the hanbok, which is a dress for a woman and then the attire for men, you get free entrance into the palaces. So we basically were like walking around like if we were in a K-drama the whole day, and
Aw.
and it was awesome because you just felt like princesses. And then the place that we got it from, they did our hair with like accessories and like ribbons and things like that.
Oh.
So I'll show all the pictures.
That's the one thing I hate about America, that we don't have any monarchies. I mean, it's
That's
like,
the point of America.
Hold on. That's a double-ended sword.
Double-edged sword.
Double-ended.
Double-edged.
No, double-ended.
Okay.
As I'm trying to say, is even the stilt is sharp.
Okay.
So what I was just saying is, I wish we had like a past where we can go back and look at things where we saw like castles and medieval era, because medieval era is one of my favorite eras. I wish I can see stuff like that, and I wish there was more movies and medieval stuff, but it's like dying kind of.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, like I said, old and new in Korea. So that was really fun. We got like massages. We did like an indoor amusement park. We went to
Tell them that.
the indoor amusement park. It's called Lottie World or Lot World, where they basically have
Hopefully it's not lolly.
Lottie.
Okay, good.
And they basically have a section inside, like where you'll see like smaller rides, and then they have the outside portion where they had roller coasters, and like they had that one ride where you slowly go all the way up and then they just drop you in like 2 seconds.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
yeah.
that. That was
Oh.
fun.
Oh no.
We did that.
I gotta go to the Whaley House to sleep over than that.
We took a train to a different city in Korea. We stayed there for like 2 days. Yeah, we just did a lot of shopping, a lot of food. The other thing, so if the hanbok was our number one for both of us, our number two for both of us was going to the DMZ zone, which is the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. It's the closest that you can get to the actual border. And you can only go with a tour bus. Like, you can't go by yourself. So we learned a lot about the war and like everything that happened after the war and how Korea came to be like how it is now. One thing that I learned while we were there is that North Korea, in different decades after the war, they dug tunnels underground to try to get all the way to Seoul and try to invade the city. And we were actually with the tour able to go down into one of the tunnels that North Korea
Did they ever
dug.
say how did they discover it? Because that's kind of hard to discover.
They did, yeah. So most of them were from North Korean defectors, which is people who have escaped North Korea, who then went to South Korea and told the authorities of like, hey, they have been building a tunnel this entire time. And then when they're discovered, North Korea would deny it and be like, no, South Korea did it. But the way that the tunnels are built and like you see the dynamite holes and everything, like there's a bunch of evidence of
Freaking
like
communists.
how North Korea was like the one who built it. So in order to get down there, like they took away our phones, all of our stuff. We had to get like hard hats because you can't record down there. That's why it's not in any of the vlogs. It's the one thing we couldn't record.
if you want the whole world to know that North Korea did something, of course you would want the tourists to record it.
So
I mean, that would be my idea.
So basically, the tunnel
But
is
then
like.
again, I want North Korea to try it.
Basically, the tunnel is like meters underground, so it's like horizontal. To get to it, South Korea dug like a different tunnel at an angle to get down. So we had to basically walk down from one tunnel
Like
into
stairs.
the other. Yeah. So that the access tunnel that South Korea dug is at a 45-degree angle, so it's steep. So they're like, if you have a heart condition, if you have any sort of issues like medically, do not go down there because just like you get down, you have to get back up.
How deep is it down?
Oh my God. We'll put it in the stats later because I do not remember off the top of my head.
Oh man! But like, did it feel deep?
Yeah. We had hard hats, like I said, because there were parts where like I'm 5'5". So there were parts where I was walking just fine, and there were parts where I'd have to.
Listen.
So how tall are you?
Do we want to expose that right now?
Yes.
No.
You're like
I'm 6 foot.
There were parts of the tunnel where I can walk like sitting or standing straight up, and then there were parts where I'd have to like bend down so that I wouldn't hit the top of the tunnel. And it's like a circle. Like there's nothing in there. It's dark except for the lights that they have, and then you basically walk all the way down, all the way through the tunnel. You get to the end, and then you make a big U-turn, and then just come back right back. It's very small, but
Damn.
yeah. So I do a lot of things in theory that sound like a good idea, and then when I actually do them, I'm like, why am I doing this? And that was one of those moments when I was down there. I was like, this thing could cave at any moment, and we're all gonna be trapped here, even though it's like decades old. Because I think the one we got into was found in the 80s. And they're like, it's super safe, you'll be fine.
It's super safe.
But I was like, you never know. Like,
if no one could bring cameras down there, it's like, it's super safe. How did it fall? I don't know. We have no footage.
So that was really fun.
Wait,
like,
if you have no phones either, if something collapsed, you guys are stuck with no phones.
I mean, because at the very top, it's like a little building, and then on the side, like you access from inside the building. So if like the tunnel would crash, like people up top would like know.
They would know.
Yeah, they would know.
Are you sure?
Yes, the way that it was, because there was a freaking gift shop up top. Yes, like they would know. They would. Yeah, you could buy all sorts of things. Like I bought some soybean chocolate there because that's a specialty of the DMZ because they grow soybeans at the DMZ. It's a very fertile soil.
In case of times of war, you sometimes might need some soybeans.
You know what's a souvenir I wanted to get from my brother? So they have fences with barbed wire around the entire DMZ. And every couple years, they have to replace the barbed wire. So in the gift shop, they sell little pieces of it.
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it because it was a big old plaque. And I was like, my brother's going to throw it in my face. He's going to be like, what am I going to do with this?
What about your boyfriend?
I gave you a lot of souvenirs. A lot of souvenirs.
From the DMZ?
Anyway.
You know Trump went to North Korea by himself with no security?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of like...
The only president in history to ever do that?
Yeah.
You know? That guy has... titanium.
This is like 2018?
That's the bravest thing I've seen an American ever do.
Yeah, so it was not just him. It was the North Korean dictator. I don't think he's a president. It's South Korean president and Trump. All together.
They were together? Oh, I didn't know
they were all together. But yeah, so I also got at the gift shop, I got North Korean wine made by a North Korean defector. And cool. On the box it says made the North Korean way. So I had my brothers try it with me, and they're like, "No." It's like wine. This is terrible. It was like Good. It was very, very strong. I can say that it was
Damn.
super strong.
Did you hear about the stories of the air balloons of food that they would send over the wall? Because like
No.
they were always starving to death, so bakers would like have air ballooned food that would go over.
Oh, maybe like when the first, like right after the war. You know what I did learn about that I didn't expect? There's a big event that you learn about while you're there. You know Hyundai, the car manufacturer?
Mm-hmm.
So the CEO, the guy who created Hyundai, he was from North Korea. So he escaped North Korea when he was younger, when he was a young man. And he tried multiple times to escape North Korea. It was like 4 times. And each time his dad would bring him back. And one of the times, I think it was the 3rd time he tried to go to South Korea, he stole his dad's cow because cows are worth money.
Mm-hmm.
And then his dad eventually brought him back. Eventually, obviously, he made it to South Korea. He didn't even start as a car manufacturer. It was something else. And then when he became a billionaire or a millionaire, when he got big, he went back and donated cows to North Korea. So they have pictures of him and video of like him crossing the bridge with like this like horde of cows. And I think he brought 101, 100 for North Korea and 1 for his father, the one that he stole.
Man, I wouldn't have done that. That's not charity. No, it's because North Korea is it's a piece of garbage.
I think he did that in the 90s
Oh,
because
okay.
he died years ago. But yeah.
Well, Hyundai is not a car manufacturer alone no more. They're doing they're
it's
the
huge
ship
now.
manufacturer now. They're I'm not sure if they're doing the aircraft as well, but they're making an aircraft carrier for South Korea, which would just be them. Japan doesn't even have an aircraft carrier, so they would have the first one, and other than China and the whole Asian area. But Japan is converting their helicopter carriers to aircraft carriers with the help of the U.S. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Awesome. Next question.
Yeah. Were you nervous about going into it?
I was nervous for 2 or 3 things. Like one of them was my cell service, because obviously I couldn't have my Verizon cell service, and I wanted to still have constant access to internet so that I could edit like videos that I had to send back home. So there was that. Being away for like 2 weeks, like I was like, I'm gonna have to be on a plane for like 14 hours on the way there and like 12 hours on the way back. So I wasn't looking forward to the actual making it there. I knew once I got there I was gonna be fine, but the one thing that I was nervous about was speaking Korean, because I like, even like right now when you put me on the spot, like I don't like it. So it has to come naturally to
weird.
me.
You're so weird. I would have just shown off. I'd have been like,
and I don't
ego.
I didn't want to like accidentally say something wrong, or because I know it's not perfect. There was actually one time where I did say something wrong and I didn't realize it until like I left the restaurant, and then it ate at me for the rest of the day, because in Korean, and in Korean culture in general, but also in the language, it matters of how you speak to your elders. So there's like very formal language that you have to use with elderly people. And I spoke in like formal language, but what's considered casual formal language to an older lady, like grandma age. And I didn't realize it until I started walking home, and I was like, oh my God, I disrespected her. Like I felt so bad. And my friend was like, they know you're a foreigner. They know that you're trying your best. And like, even the fact that you spoke any Korean was fine. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, they would be really impressed when I would speak Korean. Very, very like surprised. And then I would say something in Korean and they'd be like, oh my gosh, you know Korean. And then they would speak at like 1,000 miles an hour and I would not know what they were saying. So I was like, no. Slowly. Like, you gotta be slow. Annyeong.
No, it's no in Russian. So.
Annyeong is in Korean. So yeah, but they would be very excited and they'd be like, oh my God, how did you learn? Like, how long did you do it for? Like, how did you get into it? It's funny though, because like within those conversations, one of the first ladies who did this to me, we went to make our own perfume one day, and I started speaking to her in Korean, and she was like, she told me that she liked my hair, And she's like, is it a perm? And I'm like,
Nani?
no, it's
Did you
natural.
bring a perm?
Like this, it grows out of my head like this. She's like, it's not a perm. I'm like, no.
Did you bring it?
What?
The perfume?
No, I didn't bring the perfume. I'm
She
sorry.
custom made a perfume. My man.
Yeah, I custom made a perfume. It's supposed to be custom made to your personality and based on all the different scents that you like. And then it aged for like 2 weeks, and then you could start using it. So she was the first one. I went to get a facial, and that lady too thought that my hair was a perm. I'm like, no, this is my hair.
It's because I would say in a lot of Asian countries, not a lot of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone looks the same. I hate when people are like, oh, it's racist. No, it's true. Like a lot of them, since they have no diversity, there's not a lot of
They think we look the
intermingling,
same.
and no, there's no interracial relationships. That, like a lot of white people here, they're not white. They're like Italian, Irish, I don't know, Scandinavian, German.
It's like a lot under white.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of a mixture. Same thing with Mexicans. Mexicans are not just Mexican. We have Spanish. We have some from like Japanese, Filipino.
I have Japanese and Arab
Chinese.
ancestry.
There's a lot of Chinese people living in Mexico. So what I'm saying is there's like a lot of mixture, and in those Asian countries there isn't. It's just like everyone's
South Korea is
almost 100% Korean or almost 100% Chinese, 100% Japanese. That's what I mean when Americans say Asians a lot of them look the same. It's because you guys don't have interracial relationships. It's not our fault. It's just
like the dominant genes in Korea are like straight black hair. Like that's just what it is. And it's changing with time because they like with Korea becoming more popular internationally and a lot of people going to live to Korea, like they're mixing a lot more. But even then in like older generations, they're still not super accepting of like interracial
it's gonna take them like 100 years before they start not looking the same. I'm dead serious. It's not a racist thing. It's a fact. It's true. When I remember this one dude the North Korean defector, she's a girl. She's like really famous. What's her name?
I have no idea.
I'll put her name right here. She's very, very
It's our
gorgeous.
cop out for everything. I'll put it right here.
yeah. I forgot her name, and it's gonna waste too much time if I look it up. But well, hopefully one day I'll have somebody look it up for me. That'd be kind of cool. Either way, she's been on every major podcast. She is famous, famous. And I think she just got a divorce with an American this year. It's going pretty bad, but she was saying a lot of white people look the same, and a lot of black people look the same to her. Babe, what was the biggest difference between what are the major differences between the U.S. and Korea?
Like living there day to day.
Your day-to-day life.
Public transportation. So like there's cars in Korea, obviously, but most people will go around on the buses and like the subways, which I had never done before. That's where like my best friend came in because she had done subways, obviously, in other countries. So yeah, we went on public transportation basically to everywhere. So we would walk a lot. Or there would be things that would be like 20 minutes away by a subway or an hour by subway because there was just so much to do. So that's one thing. One thing that I noticed, like, you know how here to-go boxes are really popular? Like if you don't finish your meal at restaurants, that doesn't exist in Korea. Like you eat whatever's on your plate. And like if you didn't eat it, well.
Arlene?
I can't do that. I always have to take something home.
See, like I would have loved to take things home, but
I can never finish my food.
yeah.
Me
So,
neither.
I can't believe I wasn't gonna say this. Cafe culture is huge. So one thing that's very popular in
Never
Korea
been to a
is
cafe to get
cafe
coffee.
hopping. There's a bunch of cafes everywhere in Korea, and they're all like different theme. Like the first day that we were there, we went to a Harry Potter themed one. We went to a cafe that was 2D themed, so everything looked 2D, like the way that it was painted, all of the
that's
objects.
cool.
That was cool. We went to a Samoyed
I'll
cafe.
put some pictures of what
Yeah.
she's talking about because she's just zooming
Sorry.
through it all.
And then we went to a Samoyed cafe, which are the dogs, the big white fluffy dogs.
Yep, I saw
Oh
that
my
one.
God, they were so cute, and you could just give them snacks all the time. Like people
I
didn't.
just want to like squeeze them. Like they're so
Oh my-
adorable.
They are
You
adorable.
guys have this whole like
They are
these two
cute.
have this aggressive.
It's aggressive cuteness. It's a thing.
Yeah, aggressive cuteness, where like they see something cute and they just want to kill it.
Yes.
Yes.
Serial
This
killer.
is so cute, and you just want to like squeeze them to death because they're adorable. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Oh, see,
dude.
yeah, big fluffy white
Yeah,
dogs.
so adorable.
They're so cute. Look at them.
I love the little ones though.
Yeah, so they were all super, super adorable. I'll make
Mm-hmm.
sure that he puts pictures on there. But yeah, so that cafe specifically, people didn't even go and buy anything. We just played with the dogs. But because people did that, you had to pay to get into the cafe. And then one thing within the cafes though, like it's not like Starbucks here where you could go in, like ask for a cup of water and sit down. Like at the cafes, if you don't buy something, you can't be in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was one cafe where we could write letters to ourselves that would be delivered in a year.
Mhm.
So that was something that I did. I wrote 3 letters. I wrote
3?
yeah.
Dang.
I wrote one for myself, one for my mom, and you might be getting something in the mail.
I made the cut. I'm in
So-
the starting lineup.
Yeah, so that's what I mean with themes. Cafe culture is huge. People will just spend all day going to cafes. And it's really fun. And like the desserts there are super good. But yeah, different things like that. Another thing, like the supermarkets, you won't see like a Walmart store. You'll see like small supermarkets where you can get like food and things like that, like small produce. And like fruit is expensive in Korea. Like there was a melon like this big, like a Korean melon, like
Mhm.
$40 in the US. $40. And I asked my friend's husband, like when we were at her house, I was like, why is fruit so expensive here? Like 2 apples will be $7. 2 apples. I was like, why?
I don't even
Why
like
is
apples
it-
like that.
why
I
is
love
why is
apples.
fruit so expensive? And they're like, because
No
The-
one eats them.
no. So the terrain of South Korea isn't for fruit. Like it's very hard to grow fruit, especially in ancestral times. So that's why a lot of their stuff is fermented because they would have to like
Bring
ferm-
it from offshore.
ferment food for like the winter, because they couldn't get like fresh fruit or
Oh.
fresh food during like
so-
winter. So nowadays,
So the winters were too harsh to grow.
in ancestral
Oh, okay.
times, yes. And then Korea, it's a lot of like mountains and valleys. So for growing produce, it's very hard. So now produce that they have, it is grown in Korea, but a lot of it is brought from other countries. So
Like, which ones do you know?
I don't know. He didn't tell
I'm
me.
curious because
Um,
like around that whole area, I don't know any farming countries because they're all mountains, aren't they? The whole Indonesia area.
I don't know
Isn't
about
it like
Indonesia. I know
they're
about
like
Korea.
they're like very thin islands.
Mm.
None of them are like the plains or
Yeah.
grasslands or anything like that.
So basically, when I was there, I didn't eat a lot of fruit, which is hard for me because I eat produce. You don't.
Damn, I would live in Korea like nothing.
Yeah. So drinking culture is also a thing. Karaoke rooms, which are called norebangs. That's a big thing. But my friend and I never went because karaoke is like something that you have to do in like a group. So we didn't want to go by ourselves. But yeah, so those are some differences, and just everything is cheaper. I will say that everything is cheaper. Like, something like I got a bunch of like hair accessories and things like that. Like I got a big like velvet bow for my hair, which would cost me like $15 on Amazon. I got it for the equivalent of like $6 or $7 US.
Mhm.
Yeah, so everything's just much cheaper there.
What's the currency difference again?
Oh my
Korean to-
god.
Was it like thousands?
Oh, like yeah, so they count won, which is their currency, in thousands. So 22,000 won is like
$22.
$19-20. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, more or less, give or take a couple.
So like the bills, are they all like thousands? The bills that they have, or are they like
Pretty
in
much,
hundreds?
except so yeah, so they have 1,000 bills, 5,000, 10, 20, and 50,000 won. But 50,000 won is like $40. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what
cool.
they have.
And I would assume like their coins are the hundreds.
Their coins are the 100s, or like they have a 1 won coin and a 5 won coin, which I didn't use any of my coins in anything basically except for like laundry. That's what I could use it for.
I hate change, man.
Yeah, I don't
wish
like
we
change
had a
either.
system where like it was like at least rounded to the nearest 10.
Okay.
Since the nearest 10 cents. You have to use like nickels or dimes, or I mean nickels and pennies.
Hmm.
Make them obsolete. But I guess like accumulatively, it would be a lot of money.
Mm.
All right, Len, do you have any travel goals?
No.
No?
No.
Just
Not right
aren't
now.
you going to Mexico? Oh yeah.
That was such a shift too.
Oh yeah. You told me downstairs.
Oh yeah. No, we were right there.
Oh.
Oh
well,
yeah.
Yeah. So what are you going to Mexico for?
Just to go to see my uncle.
Wow. You never.
For someone to go to that what you were saying privilege earlier, that's privilege. You're like,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go back to Mexico where my people are running from.
I do
Why?
that. I go back home.
Just cause.
I go back to where my parents are from.
Just gonna see my who? Your grandpa?
My uncle.
Your uncle. Just gonna go see my uncle. But that's privilege.
That's not privilege.
That's privilege. What are you talking about? There's millions, big M, millions of refugees coming through the border.
Okay, you're talking about refugees, which is a different scenario than like us of like
Yeah, but Mexico,
like Mexican American born.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But what I'm saying is, we're privileged that we go to Mexico as tourists when our own people are running the opposite direction.
Oh, you know,
saying this place is terrible, can't live here, can't work
Yeah.
here, can't make it here. I'm gonna go there, and when we're from there, and we're going to there where they're like, no, you can't make it there. We're like, we're just gonna go there play.
See, like I feel that way, but about the tourist areas of Mexico, like Cabo, or Cancun.
I want to go to Cabo.
Like
so bad, just to be like, I'm in
those are
Cabo.
like going back to Mexico for tourists, not going back home to like where my parents grew up.
Mm.
I can say that it's humbling when you go back. At least for me,
Facts.
it's very, very humbling to be like, thank God my parents did what they did. Because
I wouldn't have
no,
made it. I'd probably be dead.
no, I probably would have like 5 kids by now, and I hate the thought. I'm like,
But you'd be
"Ugh."
alive.
Possibly if
Yeah.
I didn't die in childbirth or in like a crossfire or something.
Yeah, probably crossfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
Drive by to the wrong house. They're like,
no.
they look like an 8. It was a 6. Damn it.
You know
We'll
that
go again
happens.
tomorrow.
Oh my God. Anyway, going back to the question to Arlene, like you've never wanted to like travel to another country, not Mexico?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to
people
do.
want to travel because my brothers don't either. Jerry and Brian.
I love.
When we grew up, I was the only one of the 4 that
Mm-hmm.
wanted to travel. They're like, no, why? What? We'll go
For
to
fun.
Cali, and then
Well, actually,
we'll
I
call
want to
that.
go to Florida. Florida, and then why not?
I pictured like all the news articles
Like,
of like
Hawaii.
Florida man or Florida woman.
No, I could show you my vlog about Florida when I went to Orlando for a film festival.
Yeah, Florida's fun. Jerry went, but I would say always wear long sleeves
Why?
because the sun there
how
is
hot it
stronger than
is?
here.
I
Yeah, and the humidity.
would say it's long sleeves, not because of the
Humidity.
sun, but because of mosquitoes.
Oh.
Because of like the little swamps and
Yeah.
lagoons.
And you're
stuff.
sticky all day long.
Some people are, yeah.
Most people, because Jerry said all 5 of his friends were all sticky, all 5 of them,
You're talking
at all
about
times of the
men.
day. Yeah, we have a lot of body heat.
Men.
So yeah, none. You just Florida?
And Hawaii, probably.
Oh, finally, there we
Still
go.
within the
Finally,
United
let's go.
States, but yes.
Hawaii. No, Hawaii's sick. Hawaii's better than a lot of places people would go.
I said it was within the United States.
Okay, I know, but you said it kind of like it was a diss. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but still in the United States. What? Okay, yes, it's still the number 1 country in the world. Yes.
You know what I want to learn about? How is it the ties that Hawaii had with Britain?
Oh yeah, the
based
flag.
based on the flag that we saw in San Diego, we were like, why is the British flag on the Hawaiian flag?
Yeah, Len, it is. What you know, the British flag on it has like the stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's on the Hawaiian flag.
Yeah, so
Why?
the Hawaiian flag is like this like blue rectangle, and in the corner, you know how we have in the American flag the blue with the stars?
Yeah.
So think the Hawaiian flag has the similar square, but instead of stars, you see the British flag on it. And we were like, why?
The
so
disgrace.
yeah, so I
The
googled it while we were there, and it's
disgrace.
apparently because of like the ties that Hawaii had with Britain, and we're like, when did this happen?
Yeah, I know, that's wild. Well, is the Alaskan flag look like the Soviet Union flag? Because we bought that from the Soviet Union,
Who
Alaska.
knows? Is there anything that you want to do
Besides
in
travel.
your night, like in your lifetime, that you're like, oh, this is something I have to do?
She said she wants to go to college.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I would hope so.
Where do you want to go, then?
Me and my mom, we were just literally talking about that last week. I'm gonna sign up for a program,
hmm
and it's gonna take up like less than 2 years. So like, what I want to be, I want to be a vet assistant. So it's gonna take up like less than 2 years, and it will help me. And then hopefully, I could have like a tour to their campus.
Facility? Oh,
Okay.
campus.
Yeah.
So that's fingers crossed.
That's
so I
very
could sign up.
Mhm.
that's very possible.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm mostly very excited.
You're
for.
what, a sophomore?
No,
Yeah.
oh my
ju-
God. Look at her big head over there.
Basically,
Look at her big head. It's covering the screen.
What is happening?
basically,
All day
I'm
she's
like-
been like, oh, 2 years from now I'm going to graduate. I was like, no, you're not. It's
You're
3
not
years from
right.
now.
She's a sophomore.
She's like, yeah, just turned sophomore.
like is
The
she
school, yeah, exactly.
is she starting sophomore year in August? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, yeah, so you have 3 full years to go.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
you.
Technically, two.
She just got out of school like last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Thursday.
No, but like it's
Oh,
gonna
Wednesday.
fly by. It's gonna fly by.
It
I
was
can tell you
Thursday,
that.
but I didn't go.
Yeah, see.
My God.
Hey, she learned. She learned from the best.
No,
What do you mean? I don't even go to school like that no more. Remember?
No, I'm talking about the last days of school. It's literally
You don't go?
you're not doing anything.
True.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
even
don't
doing
go.
anything for like the whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why you go to work instead. It's like, bro, do
Yeah.
some grown up stuff and get out of
Okay.
school.
Well, before we move on to the last segment, is there anything that you wanted to ask, or anything that you thought was like really interesting?
She doesn't like history.
I don't
we
like
were talking. We were
history.
talking just about history. We're talking about everything.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about everything.
I mean, she's talking about pizza and ramen.
I
and-
want ramen. Like I'm craving
Okay, Ellen,
ramen.
ramen or pizza? Because I'm not ordering ramen.
Why?
Exactly what she said. I want pizza.
This is why I get her everything she wants. Because that
That
face.
is, he does not get me everything I want.
She goes.
not.
I
That is
just
not
go,
true.
oh man, now I gotta do it.
That's
Kinda
not
want
true.
boba. I want
I was
everything.
thinking about boba too.
Oh my god, I need to end this podcast. Okay, snack time. Woo! I just spit everywhere.
Please don't.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, so I brought a lot of.
No, I'm gonna do souvenirs first because my stuff go first.
Okay, I'll just shut up then.
No, you're the one that got me the stuff, babe.
I know, yeah. But like, so how earlier you were like, why didn't you get me the barbed wire? Because I got you a lot of things. You were, I think, one of the two people that I spent the most money on. Which I was like, why? Because we went to a mall one day, and they had an entire floor just for anime.
Have you unboxed them?
No.
I'm not gonna
No.
box these. Are you crazy?
Why not? Just
so-
to see.
Everything was like anime themed. Like they had anime cafes, and I saw one store that was selling these. It was like a little pop-up store, and I was like, I'm gonna FaceTime him to see if he wants anything. And it was like 11:30 at night. I went back like a week later, and that shop was gone. So the
Dang.
fact that I got these for you, I think was impeccable timing. The Vegeta was the hardest one because you really wanted that one. I got these two first, and you were like, is there a Vegeta one? And I'm like, no, they don't have anything. And I kept on walking around the entire floor, and I found a different store, and they had that one at the very back. And I was like,
Yo.
he better not be asleep.
That's my favorite version of Vegeta, the entire Dragon Ball universe. Is
Really?
that one. That's the only time Vegeta ever beat Goku was that one. And he was under mind control. The one with the M, he was under mind control. This one. He was under mind control, and it's the most expensive Vegeta. He would have an M right here, and he would
Yeah.
be Super Saiyan 1 most of the time, and he would have blue lightning around him because of the power level. And him and Goku fought for humanity, and Babidi took control of Vegeta because he was the second strongest in the universe at the time, and he got a huge power boost from the M he has. That's why everyone has that. Is their favorite. Also, his tone of voice changed, everything changed, and he just became like the super egotistic maniac, which everybody likes. So it was super cool, and it was the only time Vegeta ever beat Goku ever in the entire Dragon Ball series. So like, if you're a Vegeta fan, obviously this is the best time, and it's very expensive. Yeah, it was a big rant. Also,
Yeah.
he committed seppuku.
What now?
Seppuku
What now?
is unaliving yourself in Japanese. It's like
Is this where
an
you get
honorable
coffee?
way to unalive yourself.
Yeah,
So-
it's not in there.
He killed himself to save his son, because since he was beating Goku, the main character, he knew what was gonna happen. So what he did was he put all his power to blowing up.
I don't know
and
who
killed himself.
this guy is.
I don't know who's none of them are.
He
Except for those
is
two.
from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that guy's
All right,
hilarious.
well,
Okay.
moving on.
Moving on.
So I
Snacks.
stocked up on a lot of stuff from Korea, and one of them was snacks, and I've been like holding off very hard to like not show you or have you try any of them because I knew we were gonna do it on the podcast.
Yeah. I see golden hair.
So
I see
no.
golden hair.
no. Oh, okay. So they have a lot of wacky flavored stuff in Korea. And I found these churro chips there. Yeah.
Oh, you told me, right, that churros are very prominent?
Yeah, churros are very popular in Korea, actually. So,
What? Really?
yeah.
Churros. Yes,
Churros
go.
are super popular
We made
in
it to Korea.
Korea.
BTS members are eating churros as we speak.
Oh my god.
I got you. Babe.
I'm trying to open it as I'm like trying not to laugh. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. So,
We're trying them at the same time, Maren.
No
So-
promises on these being whole because they've made it a lot. Like these have traveled like 5,000 miles.
Ready?
It smells like chocolate.
Oh, you gonna try too?
Yeah.
You...
Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
These are
Okay.
good.
These are delicious.
Okay. So the next are these like peanut shortbread cookies. Because I love shortbread.
Mhm.
These are for me. Anyway, let's try the cookie. Mmm. They're so soft.
I wish I had milk.
You have water.
These taste like the Mexican candy. I mean, cookie I had before.
So these are peanut, but I don't get like a. It's a very soft peanut flavor, which is common for Korean stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll be flavored of the thing that it's supposed to be, but not super overbearing.
This one's so damn good.
I'm keeping those.
Choco. It's even in Spanish.
Bro?
Choco churros. That's so cool.
So I don't have the box for these, but I got sugar-free chocolate chip cookies. I only have like 2 left of these, so I'm gonna have to break this one in pieces for everyone.
You only have 2 left. As in you already ate them?
The box came with like 6, so I ate a couple while I was there. Here you
Oh,
go.
when you were in?
When I was in Korea, yeah. And I'll get the crumbs.
Oh my god.
What? What?
It was here.
And now it's in here.
No, technically it's here, but I
Yeah,
cannot taste the zero.
yeah. The sugar-free.
It's like regular cookie.
I know. So
How do we not have zero cookies, huh? What's
no,
going on in America?
So I actually lost weight in Korea because I was walking like anywhere between 15 to 18,000 steps a day, and then all the food there is like the products are made way better than the food here. So I lost like 7-8 pounds in 2 weeks while I was there. It's all gained back now.
I need to go to Korea. I need to lose
Oh,
like 5,
okay.
8 pounds.
This is the DMZ chocolate that I was talking about, the soybean chocolate grown at the DMZ for everyone to try. They're like little white pellets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's supposed to get 1. He got like 5.
But you got like a whole like handful. That's
Yeah,
why.
because they're small. Show it to the camera. You're closer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Smells
little.
like chocolate.
Yeah, they look really cool. They kind of remind me of the Bean Boozled.
No, I promise this one tastes like chocolate.
I just want to taste nut.
You know how I said that they have very wacky flavors?
Mm-hmm.
Their chips are flavored in like corn, honey, shrimp. And I don't really like shrimp chips, but we went to have chicken and beer one night with my friend in Korea, which chicken and beer is like a very popular thing. Korean fried chicken is very good. So they pair it with beer. And when you go out drinking like that, they have a lot of snacks like on the table. And yeah, like nuts, things like that. So the restaurant that we went to have chicken and beer at had these shrimp chips that me and my best friend loved so much that we tracked them down at a market, and it's these. We each got like a couple of bags. So I love the fact that they weren't, even though it sounds like disgusting because it's a shrimp chip. What does it smell like? Taste it.
Like white people snacks.
White people snacks? Oh my god.
I mean, that's the best way to explain it to everyone here. Doesn't it smell like white people stuff?
It smells like
Like dog food.
no.
Just
it
kidding.
smells like-
Kidding.
You can have nothing.
I've had nothing.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Anyway, try it. Just try it.
It's weird, fluffy looking chips.
You're good.
It tastes like noodles. Doritos.
They're really good. I told you, you guys were making faces. And like, now I don't want to give you all anything.
They're not that good, but
They're good.
Thank
I
you.
don't like the aftertaste. I like the beginning taste, but I don't like the after.
Mm.
The shrimp. The after shrimp, I don't really like it.
Oh, this isn't a snack, but this is something that I wanted to show you.
I would say if you do like shrimp though, these are really good.
Yeah,
Like, if you like
it
fried
doesn't
or,
taste
like-
like shrimp. I promise you, it
It
really
does.
doesn't.
The ending, the aftertaste tastes exactly like warm, like cooked shrimp.
Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't a
aftertaste.
snack, but this is something that I wanted to show you. At the DMZ zone in one of the gift shops, you could buy North Korean money.
Uh huh.
And I bought some just for fun. If you want to show that closer. So this is actually like obviously it's not. That's the back of it.
I'm showing both sides.
There's no worth to it, obviously.
Because it's North Korean.
Yeah, because it's North Korea, not even South Korea, obviously. So yeah, I have a North Korean 500 bill.
Is
Just
that
for
how
fun.
like, actually big it is?
Yeah, this is like an actual bill. And they had like you could choose between their old money and their new money. I think this was new.
That's new?
Yeah,
Damn. I thought that was the old one.
we'll have to put like a picture of it. I don't know if we can see that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just a nice souvenir that I have now. Oh, another thing that's really popular in Korea are like these like self like photo booths.
Oh, from
They're
the
everywhere.
80s and the 90s.
Yeah, so my best friend did one on the first day. Her and I did one together on our first day, and I told her that we had to do one on our last day as well.
Can you see?
These
I don't want to eat them.
are gonna be eaten. Just I don't know if they're actually like shaped like anybody in Dragon Ball Z, but the bag,
Oh, no.
we're gonna open these.
Well, let me take a picture before you.
Okay.
I'm going to send them to Ozzy because Ozzy's going to.
So I specifically got
He has
these.
a tattoo of this guy on his forearm. Literally.
So I got these with my boyfriend in mind, just because I know he likes it so much, and
Boom.
I want to try what they. I can't tell what flavor they are.
It says onion.
Is it
I'm
onion?
just kidding. I can't read Korean.
Idiot.
It's all in Korean.
Oh my god.
It's not even Japanese. Oh, wait. This top part is Japanese, I think.
Oh, it smells good.
It kind of does.
It smells really good.
Smell. It's kind of like
Oh,
lime
this
and
is why
chili.
it's
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Let me see.
The little tazon thing.
Oh, we
That
don't
you
have
would
these
find
in
in like
America.
Mexican chips when you
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. Do they still have these in your time? In your generation, do you guys still do this?
I
Here,
remember
babe,
you
try
used
it.
to
It's
have this in,
Bulma
like,
and a Dragon
cereal
Ball.
boxes.
And a 4-star.
Put it back in
5-star
there.
Dragon Ball.
Put it back in there. Try it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, they're like barbecue.
Mm-hmm. I like these more than the other ones.
There's something chicken flavored though. Like spicy chicken. I can taste the spice, not
Yeah, that first taste you get from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a powerful like spice, like chile. I don't know what it is though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So these I got 3 different flavors. These are all almonds. You can see that. I got a special of 5 bags.
Oh my god.
2 of them I gave away, and there's these 3 left. So, this is a black sesame almond. No, not yet. Not
my
yet.
God.
No.
She was fast on that one.
I have reflexes. Okay, black sesame almond. You can show it to the camera, whoever wants to.
Horrible.
It looks like a little egg thing.
It looks like the moon.
Oh, I got my brother a cookies and cream bag, like
Mm.
their cookies and cream covered almonds, and then I got my mom a honey cream bag. She already finished it. She already finished all the almonds.
Honey?
Okay.
I don't like honey flavored stuff.
Yay!
Yay. I don't know
How
what
was
it
it?
tastes like.
It's black
Kind of
sesame.
tastes like chocolate. Kind of tastes like
Are
chocolate.
you okay?
I'm trying to like taste it.
Like chocolate, right?
Kind of.
So this one is my favorite one from my 2 bags. This one is an Angel Me.
You already had it?
Yeah.
Couldn't wait till the podcast.
No, they're my snacks, man.
They're mine.
Thank you.
Yeah. So these are Angel Me. Angel Me is like what Korean rice cakes come from, like the compound. It's not necessarily a thing, but I like this because it's sweet but not too sweet.
Okay.
It reminds me of like masapan.
Mm-hmm.
It's good,
It's pretty good.
but not as sweet as masapan.
I kind of like this one more.
The black sesame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are kind of special. We're gonna try them all right now. Not gonna tell you what flavor it is. Okay, let's try it, and I want to see if you guys can.
Balls?
Kind of.
I don't like it. Wait. No, I do.
I can't taste it.
No, I do.
What the hell?
Oh.
It has like levels. That beginning taste is disgusting. I almost want to spit it out, but then like the middle and the end tastes really good.
Well,
We're tasting now.
Yeah, you can taste it up. The beginning was
Okay,
disgusting.
so
Oh
what
my
does
God.
it taste like though?
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin?
cheesecake?
Pumpkin cheesecake? That's your last guess? Okay. Well, I also got these with my boyfriend in mind, and this is technically his bag because it's carrot cake, which is his favorite. Which,
Reign supreme.
if you hadn't realized, he's my boyfriend. So.
What? No way.
way,
Is there a
you
camera here? Am I being punked?
Yeah, so this bag I actually got for you because when I saw that it was carrot cake, I was like, okay, this is for
Oh my
him.
God, I didn't see any of the carrots.
Yeah, look at the little carrots on there. It's
They're
so,
so
cute.
cute.
Yeah. So this is your bag. That's why I didn't want you to see. I wanted to see if like, because I
I
hadn't
like the
opened
black
it.
sesame one more.
I hadn't opened it because that one's
It's very
for you.
sweet. Like the beginning taste is like a very strong sweetener.
Okay. There's one snack left technically that we can still try because
Okay.
that's only if she wants to. Because I actually got look at these 2 little things. So I got like a little maroon beret and these little watermelon gummies. But these are for Arlene. These are mine. These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
And then can we try your candy?
That's why I said there was technically one more if she wanted us to try
Yeah, we
it
could
together.
try them.
Yeah. There's a lot of little hairpiece places. And I saw this one and I was like, it's
her.
her. Yeah.
It's your quince.
Oh yeah.
It took her a second, man. Yeah, so
What
these
is
are,
it?
these are little like watermelon gummies.
Oh.
It smells good.
Oh, the texture is nice.
Mhm.
It's very fluffy. It's like a marshmallow, but gummy. Damn it. I know what this is.
What?
I know what this is. The little caras, what are they called? The payasos?
Oh, the payaso thing, yeah.
The eyeballs in the mouth? That's that.
Yeah, you're right. Also a Lottie product.
So good.
Or a Lot product.
It's so good.
Yeah. So I got those for her. And then I got a Lottie chocolate bar and a chocolate pepero for Angel, who's downstairs. So we don't get to try those because those are for him. But yeah, so these are all the snacks that I've just been holding on to this entire time. That was our snack mukbang.
Oh, one more sesame.
These are mine.
Oh, one more.
You don't have to have it.
You don't like sharing.
I do a lot for you.
Yeah, guys, come on.
That's you, first of all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I share everything with her. Everything
That is a lie.
Even my salchichas with hot onions and stuff.
Ew. That's disgusting.
Mm.
But yeah, so these are just some of the snacks that I was able to bring. I have more at home. I couldn't bring the alcohol, obviously, because I also came back with alcohol. Had to. It's way cheaper back there.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
My Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
My Dragon Balls.
My Dragon Balls. That's the blooper.
Okay.
Oh, good.
All right, guys, that's the episode. Please like and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Follow all my socials for uploads and updates. 6 p.m. MST for episodes and 6 p.m. MST on Sundays for teasers for the episodes coming up. And please share this video with your friends and family and comment your thoughts on this video.
Comment down below.
Yeah, comment down below, please.
A comment. What was your favorite?
Oh yeah, like what snack
Yeah.
one of you would like to try? Which one was like the most interesting?
Yeah, you guys are not realistically going to try them, but like, if you were.
If you were,
Like
what snack would be the
Yeah.
best one, or what seemed like the weirdest one?
Oh man, the Dragon Ball Z one was just the biggest surprise because it doesn't show any barbecue stuff in front of it. It's just Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
It's not barbecue; it's spicy chicken.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I have a weird version of spicy out there.
Yeah.
And subscribe to this channel, guys, to have a bigger impact. And this is your host, Hitting Escape. Peace.
안녕하세요. Expose that right now.
Yes.
No.
You're like
I'm 6
five-
foot.
ramen. Like I'm crazy.
Okay, Arlene, ramen or pizza? Because I'm not ordering ramen.
I ended up spending over $8,000 in all of it, but that's
What did he
because
say?